Adrian Newey's announcement that he would be leaving Red Bull Racing sent shockwaves through the F1 world. The sport's greatest ever designer is exiting his contract a year early and has also negotiated his way out of a non-compete that would have stopped him working in the sport for at least another year. His next move could decide who has the early edge under the new regulations in 2026, but Toto Wolff issued a brutal assessment of the British designer when giving an update on his team's attempts to attract his services. His Mercedes team have seriously struggled since the start of the season. Their problems have been underlined by Lewis Hamilton's vote of no confidence in the Silver Arrows. With the sport's most successful driver on the way out of the team, Mercedes are on the brink of losing the last little bit of remaining X-factor they had, which helped them shine so brightly after the introduction of the turbo hybrid engine. Today, I'm going to check out Toto Wolff's desperate update on Adrian Newey, Mercedes' attempts to attract a big signing, and what's next for the star designer, so don't go anywhere. Mercedes' decline from 2021 to now has felt like a freight train heading downhill without any brakes. The team have chopped and changed their car so many times, it's actually impressive that they found so many ways to interpret the current F1 regulations. However, as a soon-to-be free agent and F1 design superstar Adrian Newey says, there is no point rebuilding your car if you don't know what was wrong with the old one. Mercedes have been trying to fix something, but they don't know how it is broken. Imagine your car breaks down on the side of the road, and instead of calling a mechanic, you just pop the hood, hand a hammer to a monkey and let it start smacking stuff. It might work one time in a million, but really, you should have just called the mechanic. Adrian Newey could be that mechanic for Mercedes. But by handing the hammer to a monkey, Mercedes have just made things worse for themselves. Third in 2022 was followed by second in 2023, but they were actually performing worse. Those around them just struggled more than they succeeded, and this season they're likely to finish fourth at the absolute best. The decline and lack of direction in car design led Lewis Hamilton to find a drive elsewhere. He recently opened up about how fed up he'd gotten with how things were going at Mercedes, saying, 3 years in, it's like, okay, I've had enough of this, let's get back to where we belong. Hamilton's choice to abandon ship has shown Mercedes that more drastic change is needed. They just need to work out what that looks like. Is it Adrian Newey, a new star driver, or Toto Wolff letting someone else take the reins? Wolff has suggested that even Adrian Newey would struggle to sort out the mess that is hampering Mercedes at the moment. The Silver Arrows have only been tentatively linked with the Red Bull chief engineer after reports emerged suggesting the 65-year-old does not hold the team principal in high regard. With one of the most influential technical staff in F1 history now on the market as a free agent, most team principals are pushing the boat out to bring Newey on board, with Ferrari, Williams, and Aston Martin all openly interested. But Newey's dim view of Wolff means Mercedes are an unlikely destination. Wolff has been open about the unlikeliness of his team managing to attract Newey. You should never say he's not welcome at Mercedes, Wolff told Sky Germany ahead of the Miami Grand Prix. He is an incredible engineer, but at the moment, even the greatest magician would probably struggle to solve the problems at our place. With Adrian out of reach for Mercedes, there's no guarantee that they can turn their current form around. That hasn't stopped Toto Wolff from going after another superstar to replace Lewis Hamilton. While George Russell was meant to be that person, he's failed to make the impression that Toto Wolff thought he would at Mercedes. With Wolff realizing that Russell might not be the like-for-like replacement for Hamilton that he hoped, he's instead set his sights on Max Verstappen. With everything happening at Red Bull, there is a chance that the three-time Drivers' Champion could be tempted into a move. Wolff has been using the media to try and stick a crowbar into the heart of Red Bull and prize Verstappen free, but so far he's been responded to with ridicule from Red Bull. The Red Bull CEO Oliver Mintzlaff said, "I understand the pressure that Toto Wolff and maybe other teams are under after years of trailing," Mintzlaff said in an interview with Germany's Bild. "But I find that Toto Wolff should concentrate on his own challenges. He has enough of those. And it's also a matter of respect. Talking again and again about personnel from other teams, that's not appropriate." Christian Horner had very similar things to say, imploring Wolff to sort his own problems instead of focusing on other teams. Asked about Mintzlaff's comments, Wolff told reporters at the Miami Grand Prix, "I don't know what this guy is reacting to. It's not relevant to me." Toto has suggested a number of times that the decision about where Verstappen wants to drive is based purely on the car's performance, hinting that he could provide a much more comfortable environment for him. Recent reports have said that a contract offer of over $150 million a season has been made. However, Verstappen has brushed off speculation concerning his future by insisting money is not enough to tempt him away from Red Bull, indicating to Wolff that his team would need to improve their pace before he would even consider joining the German manufacturer. "My future is within Red Bull at the moment. Even if that were to be the case, speaking about the $161 million contract offer, money would not be the difference to make me go elsewhere," Verstappen told the written press in Miami. A reporter chimed in asking if €250 million or $268 million would be enough to tempt him, but Verstappen was adamant in his response. "250? No, I'm happy with what I'm earning already. I know myself, and if I'm driving for P5 or P6, you get quite grumpy with yourself. It's always about performance at the end of the day. Everyone knows that, and Toto also knows that." Basically saying, 250 million? Nah bro, your car is too slow, is the most F1 driver response possible to a question regarding transfer rumours, and perfectly sums up Mercedes' current position. With Mercedes seemingly stuck in the doldrums of F1's midfield for the foreseeable future, the question of what Adrian Newey does next needs to be answered. As it stands, Ferrari are the bookies' favourite to snag his signature. Newey has previously turned down 3 offers from the prancing horse throughout his career, but he's seriously considering accepting their latest approach in what could be the final big move of his storied career. The 65-year-old, who's due to depart Red Bull in mid to late February 2025, reportedly held a meeting with team principal Fred Vasseur in London last week. They're offering to make him a super consultant role, which is exactly what he wants. The role would give him the chance to offer insights to the technical team for the F1 car, as well as have input in the Le Mans prototype car, among other projects. An Adrian Newey designed Ferrari production car would gain a lot of attention in the supercar world as well, just as the RB17 project has. Ferrari can also offer Newey the chance to work with Lewis Hamilton, F1's most successful driver. And he may also sense an opportunity to bolster his legacy further by bringing the glory days back to Maranello. Predictably, Vasseur has refused to be drawn on those suggestions. One journalist asked him to comment in Miami, and he apparently ran away. The Italian giants haven't won either championship since 2008. While Ferrari might be the favourites, reports of a return to McLaren, where Newey designed 2 title-winning cars for the team at the end of the 1990s, both of them for Mika Hakkinen, have been gaining traction. However, team boss Zak Brown has recently ended that speculation. Speaking on F1's Beyond the Grid podcast, Brown, who is a close friend of Newey, was adamant that while he wouldn't be at McLaren, we haven't seen the last of Adrian in the sport. "We're very happy with what we have," he said. "He's obviously the most successful designer of all time and a good friend. We go race cars together. We're going to do the Monaco Historics next week, which is happening this weekend. I'm very happy with the team that we have. It's fascinating that he's left. Let's see what he does. He's been doing this a long time. Eddie Jordan, Newey's manager, works with him and looks after him. And he said, look, don't expect him to just jump into something new tomorrow. And I take that at face value. I think Adrian's going to go enjoy Monaco Historics next week and take some time to figure out what he wants to do. I think he'll continue in F1. I think he loves the sport. He's definitely not done." Zak isn't the first source close to Newey that has said he will stay in the sport. Whether it is at Ferrari or with a team closer to home such as Williams or Aston Martin, his presence will definitely be a huge bonus to whichever team he joins and could be the defining factor in the new technical regulations in 2026. What do you think of Toto Wolff's attempts to sign Max Verstappen? And was he too harsh with his brutal put-down of his own team? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and until next time, drive safe and bye for now.